Do you believe in miracles? We got Fizzle in the house. Fizzle, what's good, man? Fizzle, glad to have you here.
Let's go. This the South Harmon podcast. Glad you here today. Hit that Patreon link if you here to stay. Dynasty best ball, that's my favorite way. 40 chess trade show, let's make a trade today or check a AMA. You know Adam at the ATM. Mike always in the building, he gon' stay with him. They gon' start every show off with their own trade. Fantasy's a big ocean, they made their own wave. Make sure you tapping in Tuesdays and Saturdays. Tuesday night, Saturday morning, ain't no better way. Hit that notification bell when the news break. Go subscribe right now, don't get the news late. Destination Devy, that's the team. Dynasty football, man, that's my favorite thing. I remember Biggie said it was all a dream. Now people watching on their phones and computer screens. Welcome to the team. Let's start the show.
What's good, everybody? Welcome back in, and for the first time in a long time, I can finally say Tuesday night AMA. We've been doing it on Sundays for a while because my work schedule is fucked up. But we finally hit it back. Adam's not in a hotel, and as you can see, we have a guest. And if you don't know, this is the legendary Derek Brown, D-Bro from Fantasy Pros. Derek, thank you for joining us, buddy. Don't say you're not legendary. You got a beard, and us bearded fellas need to stick together.
That's true.
Hey, man, I'm just a guy trying to be a dude. That's the way I always put it, okay? So we out here, man. I got to say thank you off the hop, man. Thank y'all for inviting me on the show, dude. I think it's going to be fire. I'm ready because, man, if it's like any like the Wake Up crew and how crazy they get up in the chat, this is going to be... It's going to be fun, man. I'm sure Fizzles going to stop by. Shit, if Joe gets up in the chat, shit's going to go off the chains. We'll see what's up, man. But again, thank y'all for having me, man.
Absolutely. Actually, speaking of Fizzle, Fizzle is here, and he says, just realized D-Bro is going to be in the building tonight. Needed to hear some Jordan Addison love, baby. Let's go. Fizzle, what's up, man?
Like, my ears weren't burning. I won't tell you, Fizzle, what was burning. I had the spider sense going on, though, man. I knew he was here.
We don't have a Joe, but we do have a T-Rock. So if he makes an appearance, shit'll get off the rails real fast, real fast. He's always got to throw his hot takes in there just to get him on air. But DB's already here. Adam, buddy, how you doing? How was your vacation? You glad to be back?
You know, it was fun, and we talked a little bit, off air here. D-Bro, I think, said it best. A vacation is when you go with like your wife or your friends, right? A trip is when you go with a bunch of kids and family. It was a lot of fun, but I'll tell you, man, I could use some rest coming back from the trip, so it was a lot of fun. Fizzle's already hit us with the super chat, man. Fizzle, what's going on? Appreciate that.
Thank
Just
you,
showing
Fizzle.
love, man. By the way, Mike, Fizzle is going to be at the expo, so you already locked that in, man. It's going to be awesome, bro.
Yeah, Mike,
Fizzle.
Fizzle just basically bought you like a late night combo at McDonald's already, man.
I was
Comp, baby. You comp.
I wasn't gonna go there. Adam, you're ringing.
Yeah, my bad.
Your damn apple.
I was like,
damn. It's like,
Man,
I
listen,
felt
let
like
me
the dude at a grandma's boy. He's like, is that the devil calling?
Hey, my wife's trying to get my phone to work upstairs, so I'm going to pause myself. Y'all keep going for a second. Just give me 1 second.
this guy out here with his Apple phone. Derek, I wasn't going to say McDonald's. I was going to go somewhere else, but I'm also going to try to keep this PG-13. But Fizzle, I got a spot for us to go.
Hey, you don't need fives. You need ones for that is what I hear, Mike. But I don't know, man.
Allegedly.
Yeah. All speculation, dude. All speculation.
Adam put it up there, rookie fever. Do you feel like you got the rookie fever, Derek? Like, does it feel... Have you caught it? You getting over your skis on these guys, or are you keeping a nice center base?
I feel like I'm realistic. Now, if you talk to Scott Connor and some other the boys out in the Twitter streets, they might say I'm crazy, man. But, I mean, I feel like I'm being realistic, man. Outside of, like, one or two dudes, I hate this running back class outside of a few guys. Like,
that's fair.
I guess, like, where I guess if you want to say that I'm drunk on it, I think the wide receivers in the tight end class are going to be baller, man. I think this wide receiver class is better than people give it credit for.
Okay.
And that's one of the things I've loved, man. I don't know if I got the fever, but I'll tell you one thing, man. Like, since I've been doing Dynasty for 6-7 years, I can't remember a class to where it was this damn easy to trade into the second round. And like just gobbling up freaking second round wide receivers, like dudes that go in the second round are dropping to like almost the third round and shit. And I'm like, what are we doing here, man? Like, I feel like, and y'all correct me if I'm wrong, man, but I want to throw this narrative out there because it's been percolating in my head.
Yeah.
Is that I feel like we're kind of getting to a point with content and the draft and all this kind of stuff and Dynasty and Devy and stuff. It's like, we hype up this class that's right in the near future, and we're like, this ain't the class, that's the class. That's the class right there. And then when the class gets a little bit closer and those picks become real, it's like, well, that class wasn't really the class. The next class is a class, baby. That's what you need. You need next year's class. And so, like, last year I thought it was like people were kind of down on the class. Like, you had people who hated Watson, hated Burks, hated all these guys. Like, you know, there were a certain number of studs that everybody loved, but there wasn't a ton of them. And it's kind of like how I feel about this year. I'm like, it just feels like we've gotten to a point where it's like almost oversaturated talking about it, where it's like, I mean, we could poke holes in all these guys, so they all must not be great, right? I'm like, nah, I don't see that, dude.
Now, I'm definitely with you on that. If this class did not bring that to yourself as a forefront, like if the 23 class, which was, I think, partly because of like you talked about it, D-Bro, the content, there's just so much content. If you want Dynasty content, you can find it so many places, right? So many people are talking about the 23 class. So I think that's part of the reason it's so hyped. You've heard about the 23 class for 2 full years from all over the place. And we finally get here, and it's like, yeah, once I get past the 106, like, let me trade out. That's what people are telling you now. Like, that's crazy to think about. For 2 years,
I'm like,
this is the class. And, like, I guess I understand why people in certain prospect profiles are saying that, but I'm with you, D-Bro, by the way. I traded into the second round on teams that I'm contending and didn't have, like, liquidity at all multiple times. And I'm like, you know, let me see if I can get off of, like, Rashad Bateman, who I still like, right? But maybe I can trade him for a second and a plus. So, like, and I like Bateman a lot, but I was getting the 201 and a future second, like, because somebody is just not wanting to make a pick here.
Just not feeling it, man. And I'll tell you one that I got, and dude, I've been like, second of all, the part of this being so easy to trade into, like, I started a rookie draft about 2-3 days ago, whatever. I started with no picks. Dude, I traded into that. I got 2 or 3 firsts, 3 seconds. I got into the third, picked off some of my guys that I liked. I was like, and I wasn't giving up a ton. Like, I gave up like a few future assets and stuff like that, but like I gave up like Kirk Cousins and Travis Etienne in the process. But I like, dude, I got a shit ton of picks back, you know? So
yeah.
But no, the trade I wanted to float to y'all is, and maybe I'm just kind of drunk on this dude, but you know, Chad will kind of tell me if I'm wilding out here. I traded Dak Prescott and I got Russell Wilson and 3 seconds back in the process. So like, I mean, dude, I look at them not very far apart in a tier, and Russ has got guaranteed money on his contract for the next 3 years. Dak ain't got that. I was like, so unless he retires, man, like, he's going to give you somewhere probably mid QB2 production. And as my third QB, that's all I needed. So like, then I went and gobbled up 3 of the second round wide receivers. Like, I got Rashee Rice, Jaden Reed, and Marvin Mims. And I'm like, you should not be able to do this, but maybe I'm crazy.
Yeah, well, I think people, I'll be honest, we had this on the trade show